Right here on Duvet on GHOne television. My name is Natalia. It is always such a joy to have your company, knowing that I am contributing to your sex life, that I essentially am the one who is making sure that you have an awesome sex life. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, do not forget that we're streaming live on all our social media handles. So we're live on X, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and you can join us, of course, at GHOne television on our social media platforms. And you can also contribute to the topic of conversation tonight. Speaking of which, tonight we're talking about the right way to romance. Is there a right way to romance? When it comes to romance, is there a method to that madness? Is there, a way seemingly to do it right? Or anything goes, Charlie, anyhow, we day inside. That is our conversation tonight. And to join me when you made that confession.
Well, that happened at dawn, so.
Eish.
Oh, wow. Everybody's
Okay. Okay.
So it was a busy day, actually. I've not been home, but very early in the morning, I made sure I did that before. Okay. So I think that she enjoyed it. She had a good
job.
Hi.
Good job. All right, and then I have Abigail Sam, who is a relationship officer. Abigail, how are you?
I'm good. You?
You're looking prettier every day when I see you.
Thank you. Dear.
Do you have a secret you want to share?
No, this is me. Yeah,
it's just you.
Yes.
Drinking water and minding your business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, how have you celebrated International Women's Day today?
Oh, nothing really. I'm the cookathon type.
Oh,
cooking here and there.
Okay, so what did you cook today?
You want to know?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Okay, so I prepared fufu with tilapia light soup.
Oh.
And canned beef jollof rice. Okay. And then we had some a little groundnut soup, just for the kids.
That is indeed a cookathon.
Yeah.
Indeed. You're welcome to Duvet.
Thank you.
And then I have Yvonne Mate, who's a project management executive at Prime Reach. Now, she is also a host mistress. Yvonne, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How did you celebrate International Women's Day?
I've always been a fan of projecting or maybe telling people how women should be treated. I'm always for the women's rights, always for the fact that women needs to be celebrated, and also women go through a lot. Aside the fact that we have our mental issue and we're going through our health issues every day. Today, my own was to tell people that women needs to be respected a lot, because I had an incident on Wednesday, the holiday, at a certain place where I got assaulted by somebody, a man, because he failed to, take a no for answer. So for an answer, so this is where this guy felt like I should shove me anyhow. But as a woman, for me, what I'll do is I'll fight and also defend myself. So I did my best, and just to have to. Well, for me, I want to take it further, so I'm ready to take them on, and for them to learn that if you are at a place of work, you need to respect women.
Right. But this did not happen at your place of work?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. So it's like casual grounds?
Yes, casual grounds, somewhere different from work.
Okay, so sorry about that. It's really bad when, that happens. Yeah. But we're glad you're fine.
I'm doing amazing.
Yes, and we're glad you're here. Yes. So let's break down the conversation on romance. Let me tell you, Abigail, would you say there's a right way for anyone to be romantic or share romance?
No. If I say no, I'm speaking in terms of individual's perspective. Every individual is different. And so if you say that we have a right way of being romantic or playing romance, I don't think it will sound well to each and every person. So how I feel, one, maybe body gestures to your partner. People, some are moved by that. How you speak to him or her tells her that, okay, I think this guy likes me. I think I'm having some butterflies in my tummy. Yeah, I think I like him too. But so the further communication you guys have draws you people closer. And communication, when I'm talking about speech and then gestures do come in. A little touch, a little tap. People,
Hey. It's touch and tap.
Forgive me.
Okay.
Yeah, I am moved by gestures.
Okay.
Yeah, I love.
I'm sorry, that's somebody's husband that you're tapping and touching.
Oh, I'm having him for tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Just for tonight.
I don't think his wife will be very happy about that.
So I am moved by gestures.
Okay.
When I feel loved, I want to be all over him, hugging, kissing. He can tap me. I can just call out your name for no reason. Yeah. Yeah.
They say when women are falling in love is when they start giving you all those little bites and start looking at you in a weird way. It's like, okay, this woman is beginning to fall in love. Yvonne, can you relate? Is it relatable?
I do, because I used to tell people that for me, when I like you, like there's certain things I'm not going to really show. Like, yes, of course, I'll be staring at you and be rolling my eyes because I'll be overthinking, realizing what is about this guy.
Right.
That I'm beginning to like, because sometimes we may not say, women are very funny. We might not say things from our mouth. We just sit down and stare sometimes and wonder, what at all? Now, quick crown, yet tin crowns, I'm falling, but it's because the person is doing something different from what other people didn't do. And with the romance part too, as you said, Abigail, there is no way, there's no rule to being romantic. For people, people think being romantic, especially when it comes to even sex, romancing, no, for let's say maybe let's just do some foreplay and stuff, that is it. But sometimes before this, let's say this is your girlfriend, before this person enters into your house, whatever you say to this person, or maybe send something, send some food basket, send some momo, be like,
Hey,
on your way,
women and the momo, hey.
you see, write something lovely, like you see, Rev said, I said something I've never said before. You see, that was romance. So you said the mind of the woman. By the time you enter our Martino Crandu, everything starts. Even during that evening or afternoon, things start happening between you two. So with romance, right way to do romance is the way you guys relate to. You know your partner. You know what's, as you said, you like touches. If your man knows you, they give you some good kisses on your neck, touches every time, hold you when you go into the market or maybe walking around the house or something. It's nice. Some people like their asses tapped when they're washing or maybe when they're doing something. It shows that you're thinking about me, which is also some kind of romance. So I think, there's no rule to where there's no right or wrong, but I think there are basics, as Natalia said,
Right. Okay. Reverend, let's talk about, societal norms, right? Typically, I mean, in Ghana, we don't take very kindly to public display of affection. But typically, when people, in a relationship or in a marriage, maybe decide to, spend a day out or something and maybe want to show affection to each other by, I don't know, maybe touching or kissing or, all of that. Taking the law out of the equation, how do Ghanaians usually react to these things? Like if you went out with your woman, maybe you're just sitting at the bar from just down the road from your house or something, and he's kissing you or you're kissing him, it's like right there in the face of other people. How do you think that Ghanaians really take that?
Well, culture comes in here. We are not used to such sights, so you still get people looking at you, for a few seconds and turning away. But these days is better. Yesterday I observed something. I was on a date with my wife, and then there was a white lady and a Ghanaian guy.
Okay.
And the lady was all over this man. They would kiss, that kind of thing. I would imagine how uncomfortable the guy was, but he has to take it,
Yeah.
And then I observed people who would stare when they pass by. I realized that this time the stares are a little, it's very short-lived. Some don't even watch at all. So it's like we are getting used to the PDA now. I mean, it's kind of getting, it's like, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, a little kiss here and there. Only that when you stretch it, maybe breaking the law. But so it's like when you're measured with it should be very short, some pecks here and there, but not full French kissing at the restaurant and making sounds with it. So
a whole French kissing.
Some people, you give them a little rope and they want to make a whole thread out of it. So we are getting used to it. And from observation, the stares have reduced. Now you do it and okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or some don't even stay at all.
Exactly.
So it's like
Right.
in G, it's like, because they're not so thick.
I still take a crown home.
You know. So I mean, that's where we are. But I wanted to contribute to the first one.
Okay.
You know, with the romance, the whole romance thing. Of course, there is no one right way to do this. So I, for example, in my school, I teach the emotional needs. If I know what your emotional needs are, and I will know, and I meet them, that will make me romantic. If I don't love you the way you want to be loved, I would think I'm the best man ever. Meanwhile, probably all these perfumes I've been buying you, they even give you, you react to them.
Yeah.
I don't even know. So that's why I have a problem with the love languages. They are stereotypical.
Yeah.
But when we step it up to emotional needs, then I'm identifying what exactly moves you, takes you. So you may not like perfume. After going around the house and all the other rooms, it was on the bed.
And that was the right destination for it to happen.
Anyway, yeah, that's where it's supposed to be anyway.
That is the right destination.
But after that, all those go around, and then, you know, so that was romantic. Somebody else would just buy the perfume. Baby, I bought you perfume today. Take. Oh, baby, take. You know, that kind of thing. Some men say, I don't have time for that. Why then did you marry? You know, the thing must be fun. So the same perfume, but different style or different approach of presenting it. And that is romantic. I think she really loved it.
At these days, would you say the women really care so much about how you present something? If it's something they want, I mean, you know. So, for instance, if you're giving a woman maybe the latest phone in town that you know she likes, or you're giving her a certain amount of money that you know pleases her, there's no need to dilly-dally or do any tricks. You just give it to her and then and then she'll be overly excited. She'll be just as excited as however you do that
to her. Well, I read somewhere. I said, yeah, it's money. Whether you said it through, it's like you can come and just throw it in the air and I'll just collect my money. It's like, you see, we are all happy about the fact that there's something to, if you come and throw it like this and it's spreads, I'll pick my money. Yes. Whatever it is you're gifting me. Whether I'm going to sleep and you put it under my pillow, or you decided to put it in my shoe somewhere in my bag, or sometimes I'm going and I just lift up my bag and place it in her. But this is something I saw today whilst I was posting my whole women thing and everything, and I saw somewhere a woman was like, I was in my bedroom and my husband was I was in the hall and my husband was in the bedroom, and then I got a message. It was an alert, and then I sent a message to the husband. She sent a message to the husband. What is this for, please? It's like, would you come to the bedroom and say thank you? You see, in a way, it sounds like it's still playing, but you see, I think it works for her. For me to work for me. What's the because I thank you? I'll come. It's when I'll come and say thank you. So you see, in a way, it may not sound like it is
romantic,
but it's romance, because the moment I enter and I see my man on the bed just relax, it's like, I want you to come and say thank you. It's funny. We start laughing together, because the moment I see him, I have to laugh. Like, what you did was a good trick. And I come, maybe when you make a card and I look at you, then what happened? We start something with some nice kisses and chats,
and then there we go.
Yes.
But won't you say that, you know, that whole situation of, especially for a lot of young women today, the idea of money making a man romantic is, you know, all the way up there, and it kind of makes it difficult for a man to find any other way to let a woman see, you know,
how true he is,
how maybe romantic he is or whatever. Because the thing is that it is also not a measure of a good man, right? You can find a man who will proper give you money, as in proper spoil you, but he may not necessarily be a good man or your man. You know, maybe in the end it may not be such a happy story, or it may not be what you want. And I do know that, you know, we all want to be happy. We all want, you know, peace of mind. We all want our, you know, even if not your little corner, a place where you're at home, right, with whoever it is that you're with. So if we push that whole money agenda so much, we may miss out on a good man. Don't you think so?
Well, yeah, I mean, from what I do, there are many women who are very comfortable when it comes to money. I mean, they are in the big cars, they're in a very good house, but they are not happy. So what is it? Why are you not happy? The man doesn't, he's never at home. You know, he's bought everything for me. Whatever I want, I get it. From the cruises to whatever you want. But he's not present. So you realize that when you don't have money, you say money will give you happiness. But you get it and see if that will truly give you happiness. It's actually from other humans. It's the companionship that we get. You know, we can't take money out, no doubt. But like you're saying, if we keep focusing on already made, the money must be there. You can't have a man who has all the money and has time too.
Impossible.
It's not possible.
You know, not a combination that exists.
No. Because he uses the time to make the money. So if the money has come, he's gone.
Yeah.
And many of those will tell, I don't have time for all this romance stuff. Yes, he'll buy you everything. When he's coming back, every time there's something flamboyant because the money is nothing, but he is not present. So what are we looking for? Is it the money or the man? We want both. We want to be able to keep it in a balance. But we should be measured. We should know that as long as you want all of his attention, then there won't be money.
There wouldn't be money.
No, because then he's always with you. What time is he?
No, but wanting all of his attention doesn't necessarily mean he has to be with me all the time. He can be away and I can still have his attention, no? Yeah?
Oh, sure, most definitely. Yeah. You can be at work and hello dear, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. That's why we have our WhatsApps and everything, so you can check on each other, not necessarily being present. And that also works. But of course, you find some people who, as long as it's work, don't call me, don't bother me. Some men are that unromantic. And it's, I don't have time for all this woman stuff. Then why did you marry? You know,
he was looking for somebody to make his food and lay his bed.
and have children.
And have
for
children.
Our culture, when you marry, it's for children. That's why if the children are not coming, the in-laws are disturbing you. But in other cultures, it's not so. Some just marry for the companionship. They will never have children. Yeah. We are not there. We are not there yet, if you ask me. But I mean, so it's on us to sort of change those narrations. That marriage is not just about children. We actually have a purpose to fulfill. Marriage is not the goal. It's a vehicle to the goal. So when we marry and there is no purpose.
So what is the goal?
Everybody has it. So what's my purpose in my life? What is yours? So when we pair, we are going together. So I'm helping you fulfill yours. You're helping me fulfill mine. We are moving together. And so the marriage is the vehicle. So imagine, so I mean, I'm talking from, because of what I do, I meet a lot of people from young to, you know, and when people talk about they are bored. These are marriages that are going nowhere. They have the children, there is money. Okay, what next? What are we talking about? But if we had a common goal, we're going somewhere. Every day we are planning something. Every day there's a reason. You know, there's always something to talk about. So if you take purpose out of marriages, boring.
So it means that our dreams have to align.
Definitely. You get a pastor calling and said, I want to divorce my wife, who is also a pastor. Okay, why? She is doing her ministry in Takrade. God says I should go to Bolgatanga. How do we marry? Because we're supposed to be together. So you see a different mission, two different missions. How did you? So you see they chose for themselves. Yeah. You know, and so your visions don't align, your purpose don't align. You know, like people who say, okay, we're married. One says I want to live in Germany. One says, now as for me, I'll never travel. I'll always be in Ghana. How would you marry? Yeah, so these things are very important though. I mean, that's the reason.
Make it work.
They do.
Some try. It's very difficult. It's very difficult.
So Natalia, in reference to what you're saying, that what if money comes into this whole romantic thing and every time it's about the money, what if you're with somebody who is not right? I believe that in this journey of life, some people are lucky to meet people one time and that's their soulmate. There are some of us who we have to go through the valley
of the shadow of death.
We have to go through the mountains, the hills, everywhere before we meet whoever we have to meet. That's fine with us. So the thing is, whatever moment you find yourself in, please enjoy it while it lasts.
Make the best out of it.
Yeah.
I'm always saying this to my friends. Look, whatever you meet, look, it might not be the best. There are some people you could even start dating. You could see they are not romantic at all. Or background. I bought you food though. Thank you. It's like, you see,
their communication
and very good.
Are the same every day.
There's some people who will be like, they just want to argue with you for fun. They feel like it's romantic because when they argue with you, anything, you see you talking. Yeah.
Maybe you don't talk much, so they want you talking. So
I know. There are people who just love the fact that when you saw a car, come be nine. Yeah. So that is it. I feel like whatever or whoever we meet might not be the right person, but let's try and also like understand that if the person is not right and I'm enjoying this thing for like, it could be the money, it could be the sex, it could be anything. At that moment, please let me enjoy you. Yeah. When my time is up, it's up.
Adios, amigos. All right. So, a romantic man is a good man?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
No.
Okay. No. So let's see how we can tear it apart. A romantic man is not a good man. Who's a good man?
Okay. Do I go?
Yeah.
Okay. So your good man will not be her good man because of what your man does for you. And I always try to bring it to the point where of asking, where are you going with your own life? See, many women will discard their own plans and goals because they're married.
Right.
Yeah, many women have discarded it and they begin to look for it after divorce. Well, I'm alone. Okay, let me go back to what I was trying to pursue. You get that? So your good man is the man that was helping you get there. You see, we can't take the there out of marriage. Or the there. Where are we going? Well, where were you going before you met the man? You don't have to stop because you married. So that good man must help you get there. He'll be romantic to you because guess what? Whatever he plans with you is in line and you're happy. See, your true happiness, fulfillment would come in the fulfillment of where you are going. So you plan, you want to have your masters, you want to be that, you want to start some orphanage or something here. You know, you have those dreams. It's something on your heart. Then you met the man and you put it aside. So you're there, you have everything. The man is good. Okay, he provides everything. But there's something missing. Like, I'm not happy. I feel empty. Yes, you stop living.
Yeah.
Go back in line. Fall back in line. And you realize that, oh, okay, even though I don't have money, but I'm happy because I'm fulfilling something. You know, you're talking to people, they are happy. It's like you're restoring souls. That's what I call it. Somebody's crying, they come to you, you say something to them, they are all happy. Wow, she's smiling because of me. So the joy that comes with it. Nothing can replace that kind of joy. You get it. So your good man helping you do what you want to do. But it's not for this woman, no, because where you are going with your good man is not the same place he wants to be. So it's relative.
It is relative. It differs from person to person. Okay, we're going to take a break, but you just said that, you know, you don't stop living before because you got married. But that seems to be the reality of a lot of women today because, you know, women have to do it all. They are the ones who have to put their lives on hold for the family. I'm having all the babies. I'm not pursuing my career anymore. Do you know how many women quit working just because they got married? Because they are married to men who say they can provide. And then they would say, but I don't want anyone else taking care of my kids. But if you're there, I can pay you. How much are you paid a month? I'll double that for you. Stay at home and take care of the kids. But you see, in that situation, it's not just about the money; it's about fulfillment. But we will touch on that when we return. This is Duvet. This is GHOne Television. My name is Natalia, and this evening, Yvonne, Abigail, and Reverend Manuel, they have joined me so that we can break down, you know, how romantic we can all be and how we can grow our relationships to the level that we want them to be. Do stay tuned. Quick break. We will be right back. Is Duvet. This is GHOne Television. My name is Natalia. Tonight we're talking about romance. Do you know it? Do you practice it? How romantic are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you saying it for yourself, or will your partner actually agree with whatever rating that you're giving yourself right now? That's our conversation tonight on Duvet. And I have GHOne, I have Abigail, and I have Reverend Manuel, who seems to be very romantic. Based on what he said to us tonight, right? Seems to be very romantic.
I try.
So before the break, you were talking about, the fact that we need to be on this journey together as partners.
Yeah.
Both man and woman need to agree that we're going this journey together. We're going in a certain direction. But more often than not, the woman kind of puts her life on hold so that the man can progress. We've seen that too many times.
Yeah.
Even in cases where the woman is not asked to stay back or quit your job or let me pay you salary and stay at home and all of that bollocks. And the woman actually continues on her journey, right? Obviously, things like childbirth.
Yeah.
You stay at home for a year trying to take care of a baby, getting pregnant, all of this and that. So your pace as a woman cannot be as fast as a man.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, the way I see how things get, especially for women when they get married, it really upsets me when I hear men say, "What do you bring to the table?"
Yeah.
I'm like, no, what do you bring to the table? I
will lift that table and go and sell it.
I think that question should be reversed, honestly, because when you really look into it, marriage is actually for the man and a huge disadvantage to the woman. And you know why? Because there's so many examples that we can point out to where women leave marriages, get divorced, and they flourish. They just flourish because nothing holds them back, because they are able to fly free, pursue their dreams, and break glass ceilings, something they are unable to do when they are married. So that should tell you that really, for the most part, a lot of women are at a disadvantage in the marriages. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. So in trying to correct this is what I teach in my school.
Okay.
You go to, as a single woman, you go to market with what you want to become for your selection. This is where I'm going. So based on that, I'm making my selection. So you don't go selecting because he's tall, because he has money, because he's a politician, because he drives a good car. No. So that if you chose well, based on where you are going, I say, this man can help me get there. And I can even complement his. When it's time for the children and all those things, I'm not breaking. I can do some things from the comfort of the home. He can go. I'm complementing his, which in other ways too is also helping mine, because I found that this man, we sort of have that thing together. So how are we selecting? That's the problem.
But we don't select though.
You do.
No, we don't.
If I come chasing you,
no, we don't. But the thing is that when you say that we go to the market, it's almost as though we go and we have an array and we can do a selection. But the thing is that your selection is based off of the people that have come to you.
Well, yes.
If, as I sit here, if I can make any decision about a man, my options are really based on the men that are interested in me at the moment. Have come to me.
Okay.
I can't get up and say, I want to choose Adwala when he hasn't come to say, Natalia, I want to love you.
But sometimes you can eye some people, you can
get there. I can't just get up and tell myself that, you know what, based on where I want to go and this and that, how about let me get with Kevin James? Say Kevin James on my pair. On coming selection, what am I saying? So the only men I can actually choose from are the ones who have come to me. If it is a Paco and it is James, then I know that
that's the only
Paco and James. Let me do EPZTP. then eventually land on Paco, and I say, okay, here we go.
Okay.
So when you say it that way, then it gets a bit difficult, because then our choices are based off of What is in front of us?
Okay. So let's say today you had 4 people come to you. Must you necessarily select the 4 today?
No.
Good. So again, we don't marry because we are aging. We don't marry because, everybody's getting married. Let me go into it as well. If we would actually follow the counsel of wait until you meet that one that can help you get there, a lot of things will be solved. I'm not comfortable when my wife is not working because, she's pregnant. Or, no, you have something to do. I know the happiness will come from that thing. Don't stop it. Part of therapy is that don't stop doing the things you love. So you go to clinic to get, medication. So we are trying to teach that, don't go selecting and getting married because we are aging, biological clock. All my sisters have married, I need to marry. Okay, I'm here 4 penna, but my father, we need me but we miss but we ask our dress. No, don't do that. So if out of the 4 this whole year none fits, please. Try. It's difficult. I know that you're growing, but try, because if you end up with the wrong person, you're going to come back and add to the figures now of divorce case.
But Reverend, let me come in here. We don't have a perfect man. So it's the same to women. We don't have a perfect woman.
Yeah.
And so if I should wait 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, and then to me, I think I've met, I'll call it the semi-perfect person. I think I thought that, okay, this was the right person and he could do things that could make me get fulfilled in life. But along the way in life, there are things that, it's different when you are dating and then when you come into the same roof with the same person. You're like, did I really get married to this man?
Yeah.
Because he used to do this, he used to say this, he used to take me out, he used to pamper me, he used to do all these things. I'm like, I'm staying with a lion. And so, as Natalia said, we women are fond of enduring all these pressures, all these pains, all these emotional traumas, just to stay in marriage, just to make things work. And it becomes so worse when kids do come in. I'm like, when I go, who will take care of my kids? Is it the in-laws, separation and all that? So women we think wide when it comes to when there are kids in there. So emotionally we are down, and then when we link it to family-wise, you're like, okay, let me stay in here till my kids are okay, because when I leave, I wouldn't get anybody to help. And especially when I'm not working and I'm home, and this man is giving me something, but giving you something, if he's giving you 1,000 cedis a week, and emotionally you're not stable, you're not happy. So who is a perfect man? You can say that this is right, but then when you go under the same roof with the person, you're not happy. So I think I think that we should rather psych our mind to make it happy. Don't be too stiff. This is how I am. This is how I eat. This is how I walk. This is how I want you to touch me when you're having sex with me. This is how I want things to be done in my way. No, if you're doing A and it's not working, try B. Yeah, so I think that, yes, you cannot really meet a perfect. Other than that, age-wise, we'll be growing and then we'll be there.
Because you did say first year, second year. By the 5th year, no man is coming in.
Again.
They're like, okay.
And you end up going to pick whoever selection that you rejected earlier on. So why not
they wouldn't even like
select a closer by? Yeah.
Why should you go and come back again?
I know, they wouldn't even like you. It's very interesting. All right, so our phone lines are open. The numbers are on your screen. Do call us and join in the conversation. Tonight we're talking about romance, and we're also talking about, how we can find a good balance, obviously between both sexes. So the phone numbers are on your screen. Do call us and let's have the conversation. Yvonne, tell me something. You know that situation where sometimes you find that this man is a good man, right? You know, based on this and that, you know that, this man is a good man. But there are sides to him that you wish would be a little different. Sometimes you end up with a person that's malleable. You can teach him a thing or two and he's actually willing to learn. Sometimes you end up with the other type of people who are so stiff. And in a situation like that, how do you try to balance out a man who is seemingly unbalanceable? There's a call on the line. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
So my name is Ibrahim. I'm from Bonigas.
Okay, Ibrahim, we can hear you. Go ahead.
So my name is from Bonigas.
Okay, yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not speaking a bluff, but can I speak to you?
Okay, speak Chi. Kachi, you are better as translating. Okay.
So my first time I'm there, I'm very sure, but my first time, my children like romance, my first time, my children, what are they?
Yanche romance ni muye. Yanche muye.
But why?
Okay, yeah, so you better muye.
Maybe what I mean position then position I am and position we have one year naked
Okay, position, our sex position of the week will also come. Ebeba, why? So you can see it when it comes, yeah? Okay, we have another caller. Hello?
So, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know who but that is never true. But you know how they know just to be your heart. I don't know who can be this dress off in the bed, and then about every woman that I know is speaking back you up yourself. You know what? I will expect. And then I don't know, I will not how good the person is. You will not choose one another. And see, you walk the area, Obama, and then watch the educational level, and now the other day of the and so no, this one will help me, this one will never help me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so the first one says, "Osu romance ni enchire mu yi." Anya grow. Any be breakdown. But yes, Yvonne. So
Yes.
before the caller, I was asking how you deal with, this kind of man that you just can't seem to find a way to get him to just change this and that to suit the relationship.
Yes, certainly. Sometimes we meet men and even partners or people. It could be both men, and for me, I'm speaking for the women, because sometimes you meet a man and you could see that, oh yeah, this guy is everything, but there's certain things that I get this a lot. Whatever question you ask me, it's like, you knew this is for me, because this is my dilemma, like for a very long time since I started like dating. And you particularly get to meet a guy who is amazing, good, and there's certain things that are not working for the relationship. For me, I always compare my former, like my ex, to I talk about this every time, especially to my close friends, and because sometimes people ask me, Yvonne, what at all? Because I felt like this guy was amazing, perfect for you. Of course, he was perfect, but certain things didn't work out. Not because I feel like I wanted to be selfish and wanted things my way. I believe that things we could both grow out of and also help this relationship or that relationship we had. Because basically, if I'm in a relationship with this guy who doesn't want to listen to the fact that we have a future together, and this future will affect me, like we were talking about marriages whereby women are in it and they are suffering and everything. I know about how people go through this thing. A man can be romantic and they get into the relationship and things change, and the woman too changes, because she's not receiving what she used to receive when they were dating. And and then they become so like different. They look like strangers. Things are not happening. I tend to sit with friends who are married, and like just 3 days ago I sat with a friend and you could see the pain in her eye, and I feel like, wow, I don't want to see that ever in my life, because I use these as an example. Let's try and solve these things before we enter into marriages, because if I can't tell this man, like, it stresses me, because I can be with you for a year, I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll grow out of it, let me forget about it. Second year, it starts affecting me.
Right.
I can't stay. Like, it's like the man is amazing, but there's this thing
something
that is really
you wish
messing
you
with
could
my heart.
change.
And to me,
Okay,
that's-
we have a call on the line. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, that sounded like a kid.
Yes, someone is playing with the phone.
I know. That did sound like a kid.
So Yvonne,
Right.
of course, everybody has their deal breakers. There's
Exactly.
stuff that you can't take, and then there are stuff that we can't change. You know, like many women would marry and say, "I will change him." But that thing should change. You can't change anybody
At all.
At best, you can tweak a few things. You know, but
Exactly.
there are some things you can't change. So there is never a perfect man. You can get a good man, not a perfect man. Now, when you get to the point where there are certain things you just, you don't want to quit either. Then we talk about coping skills or coping techniques. So, for example, typical example, you do your shopping in the supermarket, and then the sales girl throws your change at you. You know, just like rudely, like, naturally, your natural response, so disrespectful. Who is your manager? I'm going to get you fired. I know how I want to display, those things. Now, there's another way you can see it and not get pissed off. Changing interpretations. How about when she shoved the money at you, you think, oh, maybe she hasn't been paid in a long time. Maybe she's been on her foot all day.
Exactly.
And so you change the interpretation, and what would you do? You might even give her more money. And say, oh, my part in the bag,
Exactly.
be fine.
Exactly.
So when we change interpretations, we're able to cope. So we do coping skills and coping techniques, but there are some things you should not cope with, especially now that there's so much spread of diseases.
Exactly.
I would have a lot of calls. My husband gave me HIV. My husband is, and he has still not repented. He's still on a spree. My husband has been taking ritual drugs for 2 years. I didn't even know. So when it gets to this point, what can I say? Run. Because at some point, you just have to run. At some point, everybody needs a deal breaker. There are some things, if you can't take, please run. I'm not about to say, oh no, I mean, pay divorce and to stay there and die. No. No. The marriage should not kill anybody.
Yeah.
Not at all. If it's killing you, run. Preserve your life and live a purpose-driven life.
Exactly.
God will be happy with you.
Yes.
Than to stay there in quality. We don't stay in marriage because of children. No. Your children will grow. They will have their own families.
Yes,
they will live
their
to live
life.
with
Yes.
other people. But you didn't fulfill your own because of the same children. So if you are staying in marriage, stay to fulfill something. But don't stay because of the children. You would kaput and leave them. And then what happens?
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
It's very interesting. I think on one of the episodes, we did talk about the fact that for a lot of people, they experienced growing up, they experienced amazing fathers who were horrible husbands.
Yes.
Right? And sometimes as a woman, if you have had to go through that, maybe, as a young girl, you saw your dad who was an amazing dad to you. But on the other side, you saw how terrible he was to your mom. Sometimes it's difficult for you to find a place to understand what kind of man is acceptable, because then when you grow, the man you're looking for is not your father.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because he was a horrible husband,
yeah.
and you do not want a horrible husband. It's part of the reason why when a man and a woman are together in a marriage or any kind of partnership and there are children involved, it is up to them to show the children how they choose each other and love each other, because that is what we see and we learn, so that when I grow up, I want a man that will choose me. because that is what I've seen, and that is what I know to be right. That is what I've been exposed to and I've seen as beautiful, and I've seen maybe the relationship that my parents had, and I'm thinking this is it. This is what I want. You know, but we have really bad examples. So much so that a lot of young women grow up and they do not know what to expect. There are no standards that have been set for, listen, I will tell you no lie, and I won't say this backed by any statistics, but I can just tell based on what I see, right, that over 80% of young women did not have any standards set for them in terms of what kind of man should I want? Exactly. What kind of man is acceptable to me? Right. We don't go through that. We're not taken through that. When you have a father as a young girl, he's not setting standards for you so that you know that when I grow up, this is the kind of man I want. We don't know that. So we go through life, and the first boy that comes and says, I love you, hooray. You won a jackpot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we really don't have any standards set for us. Yeah. A lot of us have had to go through it to set standards for our own selves, to get to the point where now we know. And so now we know that, no, not you, not you, not you, not you. And I don't even mind if it's just me for the rest of my life. I'm comfortable. Because then now we know better. But if this knowledge had come 10 years, 20 years prior, we would have made better decisions. And that is such a big problem because the home front is not very exemplary. What are we to do about that, Reverend?
Right. It's a very interesting situation. So I always say that it begins from us, those that are about to marry, and those that are thinking about marrying. Like you're saying, I treat marriage like a business. If you don't go to work 1 day or 2 days, you could be fired. So understand that what you are getting into, juma. So one juma 2-3 days, you'll be fired. So you have to wake up every day thinking of how to make it better and better. Now, when those innocent learners start coming in, things must change for you. The way you're talking to your wife now must change. Kids are happy when they see mom and dad laughing. That's why, when you're laughing, they start laughing with you and they don't even know why you're laughing, or they'll come hugging you, because that's how they interpret love. So if we must set standards, for me, those who are the senior citizens, fine, they have done theirs. But for us young ones who are doing it, can we, like you're saying, can we set a standard so that it's as if we are teaching these ones unconsciously, or even in fact consciously, can we teach them that, okay, it is okay to kiss mom when I return from work, and that is how it should be. So that growing up, I would expect that from my husband. So you maintain that, because if just as we have repeated divorce issues in one line, one family like that, and it's become like a standard. For some reason, at a certain age, she wants to get out of the marriage, and it's becoming, So then, can we change the narrative that, okay, now for me and my time, the way I want to marry, I must ensure that every weekend I don't go anywhere. It's just family time. Even if you call me and say I have an appointment, who are you meeting? I'm meeting my kids. And like, what is That is my family. People, I can't come to the office today. What is that? Today's my family day. Yeah. they don't look like family. So we don't regard. It's like we don't see the value of family. But the day we realize that the hand that rocks the cradle is the one that rules the world, we will do family better. Because look at even our national policies. There is no special policy on marriage. Nobody talks about it. But that is where the issue is coming from. If society is going down, let us check what's happening at the family level. And nobody is talking about it. So standards, we have to set it ourselves. So that Yvonne, for example, Yvonne growing up seeing dad beating mom all the time, grows up thinking that if my boyfriend doesn't beat me, it means he doesn't love me. We have women like that. Yeah. They obu me and I may feel so odomi. What? Where did they get that from? That's how they grew up. That is the standard she knows. So it starts with us. We may not be written anywhere, but tell yourself that I'm setting new standards. There's a standard for cleanliness in the home. There's a standard for how we respect, talk to each other. Standard for everything. How about that? I can't come here and just start shouting anyhow. There's a standard here. There's some standard of discipline here. That's the business, and that's how the business will flourish. So if we take that into marriage, that's how beautiful marriage will be. I can't slap you and tell you I love you, a few minutes after because I was angry. And I say we are in control. Do you know how I know? I can never get angry and go and slap my pastor. No matter how angry, I
Or your
control myself.
boss.
Yes. Oh my boy, yes, your boss.
But you would think it's okay to slap your wife.
No, yeah.
So you see, we are in control.
She has to bear the brunt of your anger.
We are in control. Are we not in control?
Yeah.
Because you could control yourself with your boss.
Exactly.
You went there quiet. You are pissed off when you went there.
But you look
Boss,
like
I'm not happy with it. But you went up and slapped your wife.
Yeah.
And you said you were angry. It's not an excuse.
It's true.
It's the devil. It's the work of the devil.
Yes, everything is the devil.
It's the work of the devil. The devil
Everything
is
the
not
devil.
at
But
the workplace for some reason. When you get there, the devil is not there. The devil is home. The devil is always home.
Waiting for you.
Waiting for you at home.
I have an interesting quote there. They said it's like the devil lives in America but works in Africa.
I know.
Because over here everything is Muslim.
I
Everything
know.
is Muslim. But in America, it's cool. They talk about the devil and witchcraft like it's normal.
Yeah.
But we too, we hear witchcraft and everybody is out of the window.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be. We are in control. We just choose who we maltreat. That shouldn't be.
Very interesting, and especially for men, I feel as though for men who have daughters, you have much bigger responsibility than you think you have, because there's also a thing about girls who grew up without fathers. They have such a need for love.
Yeah.
Because then they have missed it.
They've missed it, yeah.
Throughout, their growing stages. So, literally, I won't even say any man, anything that walks in, be it a cat, a dog, a goat, will be grabbed with both arms and feet, because that is the love that they have longed for a very long time, and that is a big problem, which may seem like just a one man's family problem, but eventually becomes a societal problem, because women, we are the ones, we grow nations. Everything comes through women. There's not a single human being that exists that did not come through a woman. So we grow nations. And so the mind of a woman, the way she feels, the way she thinks, is very, very important. And it starts from when she's very, very little. Today, I was at a program, of course, International Women's Day, and there's a young lady who came all the way from the northern region to the program, and she, shared something with us, and it brought her to tears. The fact that she said she grew up without her parents, and she grew up without love. So she really did not understand what love was, and anything close to love that she knew was what she would watch on TV. Like people, it's like if you watch TV. A couple on TV, right? They would just maybe kiss each other or this and that. So her idea of love was some boy, showing you love. And because of that, the first boy that came to her, she was so hungry for love that she opened up her soul to this boy, and had a child with this person. And this was many years ago. Now she's in a good place. But that experience was such a terrible one. And when she said that, in my mind, I was saying that, but you're not the only one. There's so many young women who, just because they really don't know what to expect, all you have to do is to say, I love you.
Yeah.
Or show them a little gesture of love, and they open up like a flower, because they haven't seen it before. They don't know it. And that is a big problem that we need to address. This is Duvet. Quick break. We will be right back. understand is when you hear a love song, anytime you hear a love song, somebody comes to your mind. It's true.
Would it be romantic all the time? Because there's somebody that just reminds you of a bad experience or encounter.
And the song, it's true.
Okay. I thought you were restricting it to just romance.
Not just romance.
True all the time.
The thing about me, music and myself is that I attach music to people so much. So, for instance, if I hear a song for the first time and I'm with GHOne, anytime I'm going to hear that song for the rest of my life,
Yes.
I would think about GHOne when I hear that song.
Yeah, music does.
Now, if GHOne pisses me off,
You hear the song?
and I'm not talking to GHOne again, I'm not listening to that song again. That's the thing. That's the relationship I have with music. So there are certain songs that I just cannot bring myself to listen to anymore. If that song is being played, if I'm in an open place and that song is being played, I will leave or walk away. Or find a way to. But I like it's that deep for me. That is the kind of attachment I have with music
and people.
And it tells, and also the songs that will become like your favorite songs, you know, based on the experience. Because songs, just like the other thing that always will give you memory outside of music is also smell. And then taste. Is a reason why sometimes you're passing somewhere, maybe driving to work or something, and you smell something, and it takes you back to your grandma's food that she used to make when you were a kid. Tell me that doesn't happen.
It does.
Because smell is associated with memory. So is taste. Because sometimes you can taste a certain food, like randomly, you did, but you taste it and it takes you back to a certain event or to a certain place or a certain thing, you know. So smell, taste, and for me, I've just added music because for me, the music is very, very.
It's very powerful. It's a very powerful tool.
It is.
Very powerful tool.
It is.
I know in some jurisdictions they use music for their lessons because it sticks better.
Yeah, but
it's taught some way, somehow. Yes, you can be there, and then one song you learned at the university time 20 years ago comes back.
Even nursery.
I know.
Remember the words, everything.
It's so funny you say this, right?
Yeah.
When I was in JHS, when we were going to write our exam, this was one of the subjects where we knew we were going to ask to name the rivers in Ghana. So we actually made a song
out of it.
And so I know all the rivers in Ghana because I can sing them. Even today, you know, one of the days I was doing laundry at home and I found myself River Bia. Let me sing it. River Tano, River Anko, Bra Pra Ofin, Anum, and Birim, River Coupon, River OT, River Dakar, White Volta, Black Volta, leading the back. So, and that is when you're singing, these are all the rivers in Ghana. Unfortunately, we don't have them anymore, thanks to, you know what. Let's just take our sex position of the week. To stay tuned.
Sex position of the week, the butterfly. The receiving partner will be lying on the bed with their hips close to the edge. The penetrating partner will enter and bring her legs to his shoulders. Why it feels good? The physical intensity of the butterfly position is low, making it easy to keep a consistent rhythm throughout the experience.
Reverend, you said this is what Ibrahim was waiting for.
Yes.
The butterfly.
The butterfly.
I've actually seen it. that is our sex position
Yeah.
of the week. Well, what do you make of this?
Oh, I do that a lot.
Hey.
Oh, yes. It's
Natalia, we are in trouble. Oh.
No, say I am in trouble. Say I, Abigail, I'm in trouble. Okay.
Yeah, so
you do it a lot.
Oh, yes. It's a very, let me say common. It's not too complicated.
Okay.
As compared to the other ones, wheelbarrows, anacondas, spiders. Those are very, you should wait one day.
Blasphemous. I've heard things that I
Robocop.
didn't know existed. What was that?
Robocop stuff.
Robocop.
That I've never heard before.
I haven't heard it either.
Terminator. Yvonne, what is Robocop?
Memory lane, you're going down some memory lane.
I have no memory of any Robocop or anything, but well,
But is that a sex position?
I have no idea.
Maybe she can tell. She said a robot.
Abigail?
No, I just saw it this evening on TikTok, but I think the video ended right there, so she couldn't explain.
Oh,
Yes.
But there's a
She
sex
just
position called
Robocop.
Robocop.
Yes.
Is it a
Very
robot
interesting.
like movements?
I don't even know. We'll come back to the studio with fractured neck and shoulders.
I know, I can imagine. But Yvonne, what do you make of this position?
Okay, I think with this particular one, any pabiana you can do this with. You must know the exact, sometimes the frame or whatever. Because if it's too high, you can maybe you're with
The
a
height,
shorter guy,
especially. Yeah.
and the guy can't. If you were a tall guy, and also depends on the length of your partner's what they call a private part too. Sometimes you can do. So normally I always say that with sex positions, please know what your partner have, know how your partner can take it, and do whatever you want to do. But this is really cool. Yeah, it's a nice one.
Abigail?
Okay, I think it's a cool style too. This will be so perfect and good for people who get their orgasm through the clits. Yeah. Sorry, yes, because of the position, the penis is going to rub right in front of the spongy-like thing we find over there. So, and then those who like deep penetration, this is cool for the person.
This is cool for them.
Yeah, and I think it will also be suitable for, do I say fat or bees or a little heavier guys, because because you cannot lie down and roll over. So when you stand or when you knee, you'll be able to get that posture well.
But you know that there's this sex sofa, right?
Yes, yes.
It's like an S
Like this,
shaped thing that can accommodate all of
Any
the
kind of positions.
positions.
Any kind of
So
position.
people should invest in that.
Yeah, I think so.
Invest, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think invest in sex. Sex is amazing. Just invest in sex. I always say, you see, the reason why we normally don't talk about this investment in sex is people think just because you're sex there, when you finish, you're done, clean up yourself. But when you invest in sex, like she said, when you get this kind of surface, there's so many fun things you can do with your partner. Aside that, people really don't like us talking about the sex toys and everything. Invest in these things to spice up your relationship and your sex life sometimes. I don't know about Rev. You see, Rev is very romantic, but you see,
You agree?
I agree. I like sex toys. I mean, when it comes to sex therapy, we talk about sex toys. Okay. And the funny thing, anytime you mention sex toys, people think of dildo.
I don't know why.
I don't know why people think it's only the.
I think it's only part of this
toy
part
that
of
exists.
the
No,
continent. Yes.
no.
There's so many
The
others.
handcuffs are there. The dice, the one has a different position. You toss it, whichever position comes up.
The mouth
you
balls
try
lock.
that.
The mouth balls that locks. It's so nice. Like imagine it's not like being in bondage as such. Because I was with a guy once, and the guy I feel like he wanted to tell me something. And one day I was so down. I was like, I really want to talk to you. I said, have you ever been raped before? That's what the guy said. Like, ask me straightforward. Have you ever been raped? Like, wait, where is this coming from? It's like, I don't know. You have this thing you do. It makes me feel like I'm forcing you. It's like, no. It's a way of making things spicy. It's not like you're forcing me. Same way I tell people that it's nicer when you're sleeping and a man sneaks up to you to take off whatever. Sometimes don't
That's
even
a form of rape.
Don't wear. You see, that's
a form. No, I'm just trying to relate to what you said. That have you been raped? It's a form of, because you were just sleeping, and then he just came in.
And yes, I focus. So I feel like there's certain things, maybe certain things you do, I do, and certain things like no, that is some kind of like sometimes be wild, just like the BDSM thing. People will also ask them, have you been abused and raped before? But sometimes spice it up and make it more fun. That's the only thing.
That's the only thing. And any money spent to make you feel good, making you look good, feel good, on some good food, it's not money wasted. Definitely, it's not money wasted. Really. So if you can get the sofa, why not? It will enhance your sex life.
The sofa that she really likes.
I totally love. I'm getting one of those next month. Now let's talk about Krikova. I'm sure by now you're familiar with Krikova. Relish the exquisite taste of Krikova wines, which are made with tradition and quality in mind, meticulously and passionately crafted, showcasing the distinct mix of luxury and wine. We offer the following diverse range of wines to cater to various tastes and occasions. So there's Krikova Kodru Premium Red Wine, there's Krikova Brut Alb Sparkling Wine, there's Krikova Pastoral Premium Red Wine, there is Krikova Lacrima Dolce Sparkling Wine, there is Krikova Amplius Premium Red Wine, there is Krikova Exo 65 Whiskey. Our wines are available for purchases on retail or wholesale. For inquiries, call 0558-690040. That's 0558-690040. Explore the diverse range of wines we have to offer and elevate your drinking experience with Krikova. Cheers to quality, tradition, and exceptional taste. Krikova, true to its name. And so we have Krikova in the studio. Do you want to maybe let's just say cheers?
What about those of us that don't drink?
Oh, I mean, well, you can just
cheers and
we can just
that's fine.
click glasses.
Cheers.
Yes. All right, so let's wrap this conversation up, okay? We've said so much here. In wrapping up the conversation, I think I started with Abigail. I will end with Abigail. Abigail, what would you say in wrapping up the conversation tonight?
Well, my bit of this will be that, and the long and short of it all is that romance should be something that you do to your partner that will make him or her feel special, honored, loved. In any little way you would want to do it. It shouldn't necessarily be something big, somewhere big. Like you said, in every little corner or the little time of space you find yourself, try to make things happen and vary them. And then I think if you study the preferences and likes and dislikes and emotions of your partner, you'll be able to be romantic with him or her. So, yeah.
All right, Yvonne?
I think she said what I was about to say because that was perfect. Whatever you said was perfect. So I was just grinning. Whatever you said was amazing because I feel like romance should always be part of us. It should be something we do, something we say, how we look. And yeah, you can even look good. You can even dress in lingerie and be that's romantic when your husband is coming on just in lingerie and like, oh, welcome home. It's romantic. It should be part of our everyday life. How you cook for your husband, how the food tastes, how like you do things differently. Whatever anybody does and likes is romantic for somebody else. So I feel like romance shouldn't always end at the fact that you're dating and you get into the marriage and it changes. It should be part, even if it limits. You don't do what you used to do when you were dating. You can still keep on being like, a little
candle.
Yes, romantic here and there.
Okay, Rev.
Right. So I'll pick on the Anna part. I love that. Today is International Women's Day, so I'll speak in favor of the women. So the men should learn to honor their wives by occasionally saving them the trouble of the kitchen to preserve their beauties. Preserve your
really
wives.
Nice.
Preserve them.
But Reverend, I love cooking.
Oh, okay, you're not getting me. There are some men who want you in the kitchen every day.
Yes.
They say the food is not fresh, I'm not eating.
Oh,
You live with such a man. Every day you are by fire. You know that is not very healthy for the woman. Occasionally spare her. At least I say, in the month, at least for one day cry and say, today don't cook. Today, this weekend don't wash. Don't do anything. Preserve your wife for your own self. Don't make excuses to go and chase small girls in town by saying me find the money, yes.
And be sending them to this restaurant, all kinds of things.
But you have caused these wrinkles prematurely by keeping her in the kitchen all the time, washing all the time. So let's learn to honor the women
Okay.
by sparing them sometimes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Social media handles, Yvonne.
Okay, my name is Yvonne. You can find me on Facebook, Yvonne Aki Tainamate, or Yvonne Tainamate on Instagram, Yvetaina, YVETAINA_PBF, on X, Yvetaita, and also Snapchat, Yvetaita.
Abigail.
Right, I'm on Facebook, TikTok, and Snap as Abigail Sam.
Abigail Sam.
Yes, please.
Very simple. Rev,
Okay.
where can we find you to learn, pick up tips and tricks on how to maintain a relationship?
Oh, sorry. I thought I was talking to Abigail. So Facebook is New Hope Counseling Services, and then TikTok is Rev Manuel together.
Rev Manuel
Yes,
on
Rev
TikTok.
Manuel. On TikTok, Rev
Okay.
Manuel. Yes.
All right, thank you, gentlemen, ladies. It has been exciting. Thank you to the crew, to my producer, to the entire team. You guys are simply amazing. My name is Natalia, and we will do this again next Saturday, 10 p.m. Connect with me on social media. Yes, I am Natalia. Enjoy your night, and if you do have a partner, do try our sex position of the week. Also, try and find out the sex sofa that I'm talking about. Yes. You can do the thing where your back
for people who
protrudes.
can do
You can
split too. The split.
Yes,
There's this
yes,
part where you can
Yes.
sit and stretch your legs. You will never
Yes.
fully be pain because of the
curve.
Yeah, the curve.
Right.
So when you sit,
Okay.
it helps you. You relax. You tie in between, like the valley side of it.
Some good stuff here.
I tell you.
but we're done. We have closed. We're done. There's nothing more to say. Do have yourself a good night.
Was brought to you by GBA.